War Eagle, War Rapport family, we are back with another edition of Facts or Nah, the rapid fire questions for y'all. We are going to get straight into this, fellas. Are we ready to do this?
Yeah, let's go.
Indeed.
All right. First question we got is facts or nah, Auburn will finish in the top 3 in third down defense this 2021 season. How are we feeling?
I'm going facts on this one. Listen, Derek Mason is quietly building a defensive monster, and stopping teams on offense on third down is going to be a really, really big part of Auburn's success defensively this season. I look for him to have a really effective plan, plugging gaps and putting pressure on the quarterback on third down, no easy throws, and look for him to create some confusion with some of these younger quarterbacks that we'll be facing this season. So I'm going facts on this one. We will be effective on third down on defense.
I'm going to go nah here, and that's because Auburn actually finished last in the conference in third down defense last year. I think that under Derek Mason, they'll make some significant improvement. I think Auburn has quite a bit to figure out up front with guys who've left the program versus guys who they've pulled in. We do have some talent up front, but the way this 3-4 defense works, as the front line goes, the rest of the defense goes. And so I think once Auburn can figure that out and get some guys who can stop the run, put the opposing offense in the third and long situations so that Auburn can pressure and be number 1 in the SEC in sacks, I think they have to figure that out before they start actually getting towards the top of the league in stops. I think they'll be effective getting off the field, but it will be a work in progress in year 1. So I'm going nah.
I'm going to go facts on this one. I struggled with this for a lot of the same things that Caesar was talking about, just considering we've been very bend but don't break defensively lately. But couple the new starting quarterbacks that we're going to have in the league this season and a new commitment to being able to pass the ball from a lot of offenses in the SEC. I think if we get teams to third down, we're going to do a good job of getting them off of the field, because I think that means we're being effective on first and second down. I don't see a lot of third and short opportunities where we're going to have to just really be stout against the run, or even teams that are really going to try to run the ball a lot against us this season. So for those reasons, I think we can get up there into the top 3 in third down efficiency on defense and get teams off of the field once we get them to third down. So for that reason, I'm going to go facts.
All right, guys. Facts or nah, Tony Fair is in the starting lineup by the first game of the season.
I'm going to go nah on this one. I think he's going to get a lot of playing time. I do still think that Truesdale holds the edge right now at the zero tech. If we're going to come out and we're going to play a 3-man front, I think that Tony Fair plays naturally at that nose, and I think that Truesdale holds the edge right now for that. We'll see after we get into the fall, but if you were asking me right now, which you are, I think Truesdale is going to start there, so I'm going to go nah.
I'm actually going to go nah on this one as well. Listen, Tony Fair was a big get for this Auburn defense, but I also think that, we've got some guys who have been in the system. They're going to play, but I do think he'll get a lot of playing time. We're going to be getting back to a time where we rotate a lot of guys on that D-line to stay fresh at the end of the season. And depending on how things go offensively for us, that may be really, really important at the end of the season, in having fresh bodies to throw at offenses at the end of the game. So while I don't think that he will start the season there, I do think he will get significant playing time, but it's enough for me.
I'm going to go nah here. I would love the dissent from you guys and come up with an argument that I don't really believe in. But what I will say is that I do think that Tony Fair is probably going to have to get into shape once he gets on campus and actually get acclimated to what this defense wants to do. That gives Truesdale a bit of an advantage going into the fall. This will be Fair's opportunity to prove that he can do it at the level. I don't think they're going to hand anything to him, so he's going to have to fight off Truesdale to get it. I do think that we will have some quality depth and we will be playing guys, and so we will see him early and often throughout the season. Who knows? He could perhaps be starting as the season goes on, but for right now, starting first game of the season, I'm giving the edge to Truesdale, so it's enough for me.
Okay, facts or no, Auburn will sell out every home game this upcoming 2021 season.
Facts right here. And I don't have any data, statistics to prove it other than we just want to see some football in person. We did it a little bit last year, but again, there's nothing like a crowded Jordan-Hare Stadium. And after what we've been through with the pandemic, fans are going to want to get out and enjoy the full pageantry of the day on Saturday for Auburn home game. Whether it's a non-conference game or a conference game, I expect Auburn fans to show up and show out. It is a fact for me.
I'm going to go facts on this one as well. Normally, I would not go facts on a question like this because you're going to have a couple of cupcake games where fans are just not going to want to go to that game. It doesn't mean that much to them. But we've got cupcake games early this year, and with having an entire season last year where we weren't able to pack out the stadium, I expect people to be chomping at the bit to get inside of Jordan-Hare. It's going to be rocking game one. I feel really bad. Listen, Akron, don't take it personal. Just, it is what it is. Just be gracious to the fact that you have an SEC crowd that has just been waiting to have this happen. They're going to be on top of you the entire game. So I do feel bad for Akron game one. It's going to be packed every game this season. Facts.
Yeah, I'm going to go facts as well. Listen, the intense interest in this program with a first-year head coach is going to be incredible to watch. And even though we got some cupcakes in our first 4 games, those are going to be the games that tell us what kind of identity we're going to have. I think those games are going to sell out because people want to see what kind of product Bryan Harsin is going to put on the field. They want to know what our offensive identity is going to be, and they want to know what his brand of football is going to be in the SEC. So I just think, beside everybody wanting to get back and watch football, we have a unique situation in that we just got rid of an 8-year head coach, and there's a guy here in his first year, and we all want to see what that looks like in person. So get your tickets to the show. I'm going facts. Sold out every home game.
All right. Well, you know what time it is. Since we only got 3 people here, we're getting here a little earlier than we normally would, but it's all right because it's still as potent. We are hitting that fan question of the week. This week's fan question is going to come courtesy of Bama Boy 0525. And he says, facts or not, Coach Eason's experience will allow him to recruit better than the previous D-line, and we will see multiple 5 stars as a result of it. Fellas, what are we thinking?
Yeah, I'm going facts on this one. I expect the defensive scheme as a whole to improve, which means that a lot more production is going to mean better recruiting. Eason has already bringing NFL experience. He's got that attitude. We've heard reports coming out of spring ball and headed into summer workouts that he's that dude. They just had on-campus visits. We heard a lot of positive reports about his interactions with recruits. So I do think that he's going to be able to pull in multiple 5 stars on that defensive line. Auburn has a storied history of producing some really, really good defensive linemen. I expect Nick Eason to pick up that flag and keep it going. I'm going facts on this one.
I'm going to go facts here, but with a caveat. Depending on how long Eason actually stays at Auburn, that's going to be the key there. We did snatch this guy out of the NFL, and most guys who coach there would love to go back. What I will say is that his personality is contagious. People who have met him, current players, high school players, love his personality. And I think what will help him is, provided he stays long enough, we actually see him develop guys and get them actually to the NFL. That's going to speak volumes. He has to, again, he understands the kids of this generation. Seems as though he's a little bit younger than the previous defensive line coach. So I think he would resonate a bit more, but the proof in the pudding will be the kids he's actually getting to the league based off of his experience coaching there and playing there. Those factors, provided he stays long enough, will definitely get him more 5 stars. So for that reason, I'm going to go facts, but let's keep an eye on how long he stays here.
Yeah, I'm going to go facts on this one as well. This question leaves a lot of interpretation for me. I'm going to interpret a couple of things. You said multiple in the question. That means more than one. So yes, I think that it can be more than one. You didn't say multiple in one season, meaning next recruiting cycle. So that means I've got multiple seasons to see that play out. So I think the odds are pretty good. The only other portion of that is what Caesar just says, is whether or not he stays more than 2 seasons. So that means if I'm giving him the 2-season cushion that that we want. That means he's only got 2 recruiting cycles to make it happen, but I do think that he can land at least one in both of those. So I'm going to go facts. All right, that's it. Another great edition of Facts or Not in the books. Listen, we want to continue to get great fan questions from you all, but in order to do that, you need to hit us up on Twitter. The hashtag is Facts or Not. The @handle is @the War Rapport. You send us those questions and you can have your question featured right here on the next Facts or Not. Outside of that, you know what to do. You need to be following us on all of our social media. We are @the War Rapport on Instagram and Twitter, and we are TW Rapport on TikTok. That's it. We're done. Signing off for another great edition. But until next time, and as always, War Eagle.
War Eagle.
War Eagle.